And welcome, everyone, to another edition of Magic Pod Squad. Dante Marcatelli, George Galante, Jake Chapman, and Jalen Suggs, Magic Guard, joining us here. And Jalen, it's always great to catch up with you. It's even better when it's during a 7-game win streak, right? You're two away from a franchise record, but we've had 2 days off. And the thing that I'm most excited about is you had 2 days off. You had a full day. You had a full day off yesterday, a practice today. But how good did that feel for you, my friend, to have a little time off for some R&R?
I told Mose when he said we had 2 days off or we had a day off after that last win, tears came to my eyes and my eyes got a little watery.
I can imagine.
It was great. It was great, just to enjoy family. The last of them kind of got out of here, got back up home in Minnesota. From being down there for the holidays. So it was good just to have a real relaxed day, kick it with my family. Watch all the boys, watch some Monday Night Football, and just get some Jalen time. It's always a must.
As well you should. Do you prefer 51 degrees in November, December, or 10?
You see how I'm dressed right now? Honestly, like this is freezing to me. I went out on my balcony this morning because it was sunny. I said, "Oh, it looks nice. I'll put some shorts on." I opened my balcony. I said, "Oh no, I'm going straight back to sweats, a hoodie. I'm gonna throw the beanie on, and I'm gonna be warm." So I think it's safe to say I've fully adapted to this Floridian. I've become warm blooded.
Yes,
you're a Floridian now. We
Yes.
can officially claim you. I think that was what that means, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Well, we got a lot to get to. We got the win streak. We got the in-season tournament. The way you're playing is just fantastic. But let's start with the win streak, Jalen. I mean, this is the longest win streak since the 10-11 season, right? So you got to go back 12 years. You're 2 away from a franchise record at the time of this taping. What's gotten into you guys? This is fun to watch.
This is dope. This is my first time winning in the NBA.
Yeah.
Everything is better. Practices are better. Film sessions are better. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
right.
But no, it's been dope. I think just it's been a collective effort. It's Cole one night. It's me another. It's Franz one. It's P. It's Goga coming in and impacting. Joe off the bench. Ji. Just you go down the list and everyone has come in and made an impact. Towards us winning games, and I think that's the best part about it. I think that's what makes us special is our ability to do that and to want that. You know what I'm saying? It's not. I got to get my shots up tonight. I have to hit my quota, hit my mark. We just want to win. And again, like I said, I don't know from experience, but from hearing, that's rare here. And but that's all I've known, in growing up and all the teams I've played for. Just anything to do to get a win. So it's really refreshing to have that same group and staff share that mentality here, and it's leading to good things.
Well, George, you know that is very rare. George, you know that.
I was just going to say it is rare in the NBA, and you can have it for spurts sometimes. Like, you can have it for 5-game spurts, 6-game spurts, but then after a while, usually somebody starts, I got to get mine. And usually what ends up happening is things go a little south at that point and things derail. But that doesn't seem to me when you're looking at our team and we're all privy to what we're doing here. It just, with the makeup of our guys, Jalen, it doesn't seem like we would have the roster to do that. Everybody seems to be grasping on to what their role is. And that's, to me, that's 3/4 of the battle in the NBA is everybody embracing their role.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree with you. I mean, that's a positive of having great people in the building. You know what I'm saying? And, there's a ton of talent, a lot of skill, that we possess, in the locker room. And, a lot of people do a lot of different things or can do many things, you know what I'm saying? But, to break it down and simplify it, and this is what we need to do. And we had conversations about it through camp and before the season started. This is, with the staff just telling us this is what we're looking for each person to do. This is what we feel like you can bring to the table. The floor was open, it was ours to add anything if we wanted to. And, for the most part, everyone was solid on it, and I feel like everyone's bought into everything that, the staff has asked of us and that us players have asked of each other. And again, like I said, it's leading to good things. I mean, and then we're having fun while doing it. That's the best part. And, that's where the unselfishness comes in. It doesn't matter, I'll come out. If we handle business, those first 3 quarters, don't matter how many shots, I'm getting up, as long as we're getting a win, then I get to see my guys play. Like that's a perfect night for me. Now I was telling Mose that this morning, like, keep handling this business through the first 3 quarters. I don't want to have to get beat up in the fourth. We could just let the rest of the boys play. I enjoy.
You're fine with that.
Like a fan, of course.
You get your work done in 21 minutes and you get to sit out the fourth quarter, right?
Cool.
Done.
Cool.
Done. Y'all go ahead.
Efficient.
Jalen, to that end, what you were talking about, agendas, the lack thereof. How important was last season to what's happening this season? Not just the 5-20 start and the pain and struggle through that, but confidence-wise, seeing what you guys are capable of over the last 50 games or so.
I think it was really important, and it played a great role. I got to experience a bit of both sides from it. Playing early and struggling, man, and tough loss after loss, and trying to find a rhythm in a way, something to break the spell. Compared to when I was out, got to watch the boys play and go on runs and, just see it from a different perspective, the things that they were doing, and then come back to end the season and get a feel, kind of get a rhythm, get a flow, before that year ended with kind of our full healthy, for the first time, our full healthy squad. That was really important for us. And I think really it helped us. It really helped us harp on that belief, and Boogie said it at the beginning of the year. We have to believe, we are that team and we are those individuals, and collectively, we can get it done every night. I think that's half the battle, and we have that now. It's a confidence, it's a swagger, but it's a humbleness because we've seen that other side. You know what I'm saying? And
right.
That's what makes this year so enjoyable, man, is we've kept the same unit, the same group together. Not many pieces have come in and out. We've continued to stay at it together, and good things lead to great things. That's what we're doing right now.
Did Franz say that while he was holding his gold medal? Did he say that while?
No, but we've had those jabs in there. Oh, when they wear their shirt into the building, or they'll throw a joke in here and there. Oh man, it's hilarious.
I bet it is. That's great. All right, so I got a question. It's a two-part question for you. All right, first, Jalen, on your play. This is a career high points per game, rebounds, field goal percentage, 3-point percentage, steals per game, which is 4th in the NBA, by the way. Loose balls recovered, which is third in the NBA, right? Yeah, loose balls recovered.
On your notepad, Dante?
I do. I track everyone. You've recovered 21 loose balls, which is tied for 3rd in the NBA, right? So you're everywhere. You're all over the place. You were up there, except for the one game that was missed, in deflections. You were top 5 in deflections in the entire NBA, and you're 5th in defensive field goal percentage. So first part of it is, of all of those numbers, what impresses you the most? Okay, what are you most proud of?
Please say loose balls recovered.
I think any of those defensive stats. That was something that has always meant a lot to me. But I really, over the course of last year, and just kind of feeling myself, get healthy and get back to me, the all defense, and that was something that was a goal that I set for myself, and it's not something that, requires me to have the ball, requires me to take, a certain amount of shots. It's, defensive end, I can always have a presence there. And no matter how the offense is going on a certain night, that's something that I'm able to bring. So that was a very big one for me. And, something that, I worked a lot on my conditioning on in the off season and my strength in the off season to put myself in the best position possible to do everything I want to do on the defensive end. So to see that come to fruition, as the offense continues to progress slowly, is a great thing, something I love to see.
Well, it's certainly coming. The second part of that, Jalen, is you are quickly becoming, if you're not already, the fan favorite, right? There is, I think, as great as those stats are, right, guys, there is a connection with you and the fans, right? First of all, your teammates feed off of you, and you have a way of getting your teammates going when they need it. But you can point to one point during the game multiple times where you are embracing the crowd reaction and you're revving them up, right? I think that tells almost as much of the story as these statistics.
Absolutely. I think it's something that I've always just enjoyed doing. You kind of go back and, when I was in high school, middle school, whatever it was, I always just kind of loved talking to the crowd. Away games,
okay.
I love quieting them. You know what I'm saying? I love interacting with them. I think it keeps the game fun, loose, not too serious. And at home, I love to turn the city up, man, honestly. And I've seen Amway at its, I don't know if it was at its lowest,
sure.
but I've seen Amway, when we're struggling, we're going through losses, and still continue to feel that love and the encouragement, to now be able to celebrate all the growth, with the city, with the fans, because they deserve it, man. Honestly, just from a personal standpoint, all that I've received, from this city, basketball wise, life wise, when I'm going to the store, driving down the street, whatever, I have experienced nothing but love. And So for me, I love interacting with them. I love seeing them. I love putting smiles on faces. I think that's what it's about. We come and we're able to play this game, and at the end of the day, it's competitive. We're playing for it. We're playing for something, but we're playing to put smiles on kids' faces. There's certain kids who don't get to come to a lot of NBA games, or families who have saved up for games. So especially when we're at home, I want to make that experience as enjoyable as possible for all of them. So this is something that I've kind of became conscious of, and it's dope seeing them embrace me. Whenever I have a moment where I go crazy and trying to turn them up, they're always right there with me and they're rolling with me. So
no, you've got them. You've got them in the palm of your hand, man. It's fun to watch. It certainly is.
Can you feel the difference, Jalen, in the crowd already? We've only had a handful of home games so far, but can you feel the difference already through 17, 18 games here? The difference in the home crowd. I mean, we've had even in the lowest of lows, we still managed to get 15, 16,000 people in the building, as opposed to we go to some of these other cities that are struggling, and you've seen it, it's rough. Right. But there's a difference now, right? In this 15, 16,000 or sellout crowds that are coming, that they're behind you guys now.
Yeah, no, I definitely feel it. You definitely feel it. Like, I mean, I think it was the Denver game. They were chanting. We went on a run in the second quarter, and they're in the second quarter chanting defense, like loud. And it felt like a playoff game, the Boston game, just back and forth through their runs, through our runs. Like, they were with us. We go on a run going into timeout, and it's like, it's deafening in there. The fourth quarter Star Wars music is a little bit later, man. Like, it's all just enhanced a little bit. And I've been waiting, man, since I got here, since COVID, and not a lot of fans. I've been waiting to kind of bring that energy back. I didn't feel really comfortable doing it, just, with our record. I didn't know how they would react with my play. I didn't know how they would react to that. But now things are kind of coming together, and, I can fully just, kind of be me in that standpoint, in terms of turning the crowd up, being energetic with them, interacting with them more, and to see them embrace me and embrace us, all of us, is super dope, and I love it.
We've been trying to tell you guys that, you first year, second year guys that, for us that have been here, when we're good, things are good. Like our crowd, the city's into it.
I'm driving down the street. I got stopped in the street. Yo, Suggs, keep playing, man. Put the biggest smile on my face.
Awesome.
You want to go to the gym, work out again, get a second workout of the day.
Oh, I love it.
But the love in the city has definitely been felt recently, for sure.
Well, that was Jake Chapman, and Jake loves tracking you guys down.
Jalen, but another thing that we're big on now, and this is Arnie Candor, and we're doing a lot of breathing, right? And palms down and calm down. So how do you find, I mean, you're a high energy, get amped up. Where do you find the line of getting everybody ramped up, including yourself? And at the same time, like, let's take that deep breath and get done what we need to get done out there.
It's funny how much like that has shifted what my like game day routines are and things like that. I can't really listen to like crazy hype music before games anymore. Like, used to listen to old like throwback bangers, like time I go to like G Herbo, Ludfo, just like really like banging music, you know what I'm saying? And now it's a lot of reggae. I listen to, maybe some like R&B before games, you know what I'm saying? Or just some really like calm music, but it's kind of like that calm before the storm type. Like, I don't want to waste my energy, pregame. I want so that whenever I step in between those lines, all my energy and focus is all towards us and what we're doing as a unit, and going to win a basketball game. And the breathing is a huge part of that. I mean, there's a lot of times I go almost once a game where I go back to the tunnel with Arnie and go breathe, or I go give him a hug and, just as he's talking, just words of encouragement and continuing to tell me to stay centered and to bring my breath back, to my middle point. All those things I definitely play a part in it. But yeah, it's dope. We get to breathe, we get to meditate, come to our center, and then go turn the city up. And I just think it's a dope balance.
Jalen, real quick, there was a game, I don't know if it was Indiana or where it was. There was a game where you gave Arnie a big hug at the end of the game. Was it the game you were questionable?
Game, Dante. It's all the game. It's every game.
Is it every game? Oh, it's every game. Okay. So is that what that is? What that is? Just part of that? What's he telling you? How's he helping you, aside from the breathing and everything?
I think he does a great job in continuing to help me stay present. I have a mind that, that can shift and go a lot of places, because I play, off a lot of emotion, and I wear my emotions and my heart on my sleeve. It's not something that, I'm, scared to show, ashamed to show. So, he just does a great job in continuing to harness me back in. Always gives me, gems, words of encouragement. We talk about, I think in one game he's talking about, we had 24 minutes, I'm saying 24 minutes in the first half, 24 minutes in the second half, 24-second shot clock. You're seeing the correlations. How can you continue to be present and bring your energy, to each play, to each 24-second possession, to each 24-second half, whether it's a bad half, you let it go, you have a new 24, you know what I'm saying? The same way that the shot clock resets after a miss.
Okay.
Just different things to keep me present, keep me locked in the moment. And he gets a lot of credit for, the growth spiritually and in the maturity, that I've made. He's done a great deal with that. And, I'm very appreciative of my boy, Arnie.
Awesome.
I have a two-part question as well. First one, I spent about 40 minutes this morning watching Sam Vecini's video breaking down you. It was an hour. I didn't make it through the whole thing. The first one is kind of a dumb one. Do you ever stop and watch stuff like that for 5-10 minutes and just see kind of what the conversations are around you?
I saw the first 3 minutes of that video. Shout out to Sam for that. I appreciate the love. Yeah,
that's
every
awesome.
once in a while, I think you have to have a balance of it. I think was something that I used to do all the time. Go right after games. I'm looking up my name, looking to see what people are saying, good, bad, and different. Now it's just one of those things. You kind of roll with the bad. It's dope to get acknowledged and see the acknowledgement. For a lot of the work. Not only that I put in, but us as a team put in, and to see people recognizing that and showing love for it is always dope. It's always encouraging. So I do stop here and there to check them out. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, no, rightfully so.
Absolutely.
There were a lot of mentions, and there always is, about your football playing days, obviously. And so here's my question. I'm going to give you 3 examples of a football type play that you've made probably this year, and I want you to tell me which one is the most gratifying. Is it playing cornerback, jumping a slat route and getting the pick six, going back the other way for an easy bucket? Is it that fullback through traffic where you protect the ball and you're going up for an and one? Or my favorite is the QB pass.
Yes.
To the 75, 80-footer. There was one last year to Franz where it was the deep out, right? He was going right, caught on the sideline turn. I think it was against Utah, and he ended up in their bench. Which one's the most fun? And I know we've asked you a lot about your football playing days and how it kind of manifests itself, but it is. We see an example every night, Jalen.
That is a hard question. I'm going to be honest, because they each bring like a separate level of enjoyment. But I think my favorite one is being a safety and reading passes, and like the Atlanta game was super fun, man. And especially the one against Trae Young. He's dribbling up the sideline. I see him look up at DeJounte. So I kind of take a deep breath. I'm kind of dropping, but my eyes were up the whole time. As soon as he went into his motion, man, like just popping off the back foot, trusting instincts, and going to jump a lane and try to get another possession for us. I think that one brings me the most joy, because I loved playing safety. I loved playing defense, when I was playing football. So I think that one the most. But just I think overall bringing the dog mentality of being like a defensive or a football player, like that mindset into the basketball game is something that I've kind of been searching for, how can I continue to bring what I learned in football, but become the best basketball player that I can be, and that's playing under control, playing with a good pace, continuing to do those things and pick my spots. But the mentality is something that never changes, and I think that's one of the biggest differences, in the past 2 years to this year is, I've kind of found that, just being a dog on the court, doing the little things, bumping relentlessly, until we get the win, not taking possessions or plays off, it's something that I can carry over. I have great examples from my cousin, to Nick, Nate, Nunu, all them boys up in Pittsburgh balling right now. All my boys playing in college, carrying over that mentality onto the court. And it's dope to see them all kind of see it and kind of relate to me. So, yeah. But jumping past the lanes, I love doing that.
That's awesome. I think about that. We all tell the story, and I get a kick out of it. There was, I think it was, I don't know if it was the first day of training camp, but the first day or two, you jumped up and made a block. You're playing a scrimmage, and the referee blew a whistle for a foul. I didn't think it was a foul.
I know what block you're
I
talking
know.
about.
You know what I'm
man.
talking about, right? And
Oh,
you
man.
screamed at the top of your lungs, "Nice block, Jalen!" But good call, ref. But nice block, Jalen. you were letting it out. Remember that. You know exactly what I'm talking about, right?
Exactly what you're talking about.
Is that part of that? Is that part of that football emotion, or is that just in you always? And now we're seeing more of it. I thought that was great. I got a kick out of that.
Yeah, I think it's just continuing to be me.
It was a bad call, by the way.
I ain't gonna be the one to say it. I'm glad you said it.
Yeah, that's right.
No, I think it's dope. It's just I'm being me again. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to conform, or be anything, that anybody else is telling me to be. I'm not trying to be too perfect or be, too much of a professional. You know what I'm saying? I'm being me and enjoying where I'm at, and I think a lot of that has to do with just the confidence that I have in life, you know what I'm saying, in my relationship, how my relationship with Christ is growing. And, I'm able to lean back on that and understand that, regardless, great game, bad game, he loves me. He's always there for me. He's someone I can lean on and talk to. And, I always have my anchor set in, so I can be myself. I can come out onto the basketball court and express my emotions, and, but it's tempered now because I've been doing so much work on my discipline and, on the mental side of things. So just, I think, a culmination of everything, of bringing in that side, bringing in my spiritual piece, adding who kind of I've always been, and then just that dog just finally being just coming out, and me being comfortable, expressing that, and, kind of just hoping the city and the boys embrace me, which is exactly what they've done. And so, yeah, it just brings me a lot of joy, knowing that I'm out here flowing, being myself, being me, and everyone's embracing it and loving it.
Jake, you're a Cleveland Browns fan with the dog pound. I mean, are we seeing something? Are we missing a marketing opportunity here? Should we be embracing this dog mentality and when Jalen makes some of these plays?
Potentially, but based on the last 20 years of Cleveland Browns football, I'd like us to aim a little bit higher, to be honest.
Well, that's true. That's true. We gotta aim higher than that. That's a good point.
Jalen, now that the team has seen some early success, how do we move that into the next 20 games?
Yeah.
And then in the next 20 games, because it's very easy to have short spurts of success. It's very difficult in the NBA to extend it all the way to 82 games. What is Coach Mosley and the staff and you guys all together been saying to just keep this train moving forward?
To stick to the standard, I think, is the biggest thing. Keep the main thing the main thing. Expectations and all of that external things, those have the power to, to throw us all off track and off tilt. But I think that's all we've been doing, the start of this season, is sticking to our standards, personally and team wise. And it's dope. We get new challenges. Like we came from being that team, always played from behind, young, a lot of hunger, to a team now who, we're playing with leads and we're up on teams, and it's dope. We get to figure out in the moment, how to do those things, how to slow it down, still get great shots. You know what I'm saying? How to play with a lead, making sure we're getting great shots, but don't get too slow, too complacent. You know what I'm saying? To where we start tricking off the leads. And I think that's what we were doing earlier. But it's cool that we get to do it in the moment now. And I feel we're just adapting to every environment we're being put in. We played from behind before. We're now learning how to play with leads, and it's the point where I don't feel uncomfortable in any situation. The Boston game, we're down. I didn't even realize we were down 12. They came out like that out of half. I didn't realize we were down like that. But, in that moment, to stay calm and, we're doing the right thing. Shots aren't falling and making tough ones. Continue to stay at it. Chop wood, carry water, and the results are showing for themselves. And we're coming back in games and we're holding leads now. And the offensive side is coming along with the defense. So just to see everything come together and us grow as a unit, I think is dope. And that's what we have to continue to stand on.
Jalen, you mentioned adaptability. How about Anthony and Goga specifically? Beginning of the season, I mean, these guys don't have roles necessarily drawn out for them, and then boom, they're in there. And AB, I was thinking about, when you come out, the roster has just been sort of overthrown. 5-6 months earlier, you pretty much knew you were going to have an opportunity to grow on the floor. Anthony did not know that when the season started, and he's been kind of thrown in there. What can you say about how adaptable he's been, and then the job that both he and Goga have done in the starting lineup?
Oh, the Green Goblins come to play. That's what they call themselves. They had the green jerseys. You know what I'm saying? That third unit in training camp.
That's
They
great.
started calling themselves the Green Goblins, man, and I love it.
Jalen, you mentioned adaptability, and I was thinking about Anthony Black and his rookie experience, which is pretty different from yours. Like, you kind of knew when you came out that you're going to have an opportunity. The roster was very young, and there was a lot of guys competing for spots. AB comes in, and it doesn't look like off rip he's going to have a big opportunity, and then boom, injuries happen, as they always do. He and Goga both thrown into that starting lineup. What can you say about how adaptable and productive both those guys have been in the starting lineup next year?
Yeah, I think that they've both done a great job, you know, and they're taking on that Green Goblin mentality, you know, that they brought in training camp. You know,
Ooh, the green. Tell us what the Green Goblins are. I like that.
The Green Goblins, you know, they had the green jerseys. That was the third unit, you know, in training camp, and you know, that's what they started calling themselves. But they like fully embraced it, man, and just being dogs, ready for their opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Goga coming over from Indiana, you know, where he didn't get the opportunity to play much. You know what I'm saying? And you know, to come here and you know, just he's been working for what I think he's been in here 3-4 years now, and you know, for his time to finally come, saying where he gets to play, you know, big, and he's, you know, having an impact in paint, you know what I'm saying? And AB is a hound on the defensive end, and such a smart basketball player, you know what I'm saying? And he's continuing to find his rhythm, you know, and continuity. But we're growing, you know, and they're growing as players, and just for them to get the opportunity, you know, to play and be out there with us. My bad. Is that messing that up?
No, no problem. No problem. Just to see if you could, I don't know if there's a way to.
You're good. You're a bit popular, man. It's
That's
okay.
Yeah. Yeah, no problem. No
My
problem.
bad.
You're fine. You're good.
No problem.
But yeah, just they really embraced you know, embraced what they've been thrown into, you know, and it's not easy. But they're continuing to grow, continuing to learn, continue to ask questions, and again, they're both great people, and so it makes that whole transition, that process easier. So I love hooping with them. You know, I love being out there, and we go set the tone. It's just the dogs, and they're with me on that one, and yeah, it's fun.
Real
Well,
quick,
he calls you a dog, and
chat,
that Georgian accent for dog is pretty good too, Jake.
Dog. A dog.
A dog.
I do like that. I do like that.
I wanted to ask
like...
about the group chat. Is it more active this year than it's been in years past? Is it? It sounds like it's buzzing.
Oh yeah, it's dope. It's funny. We have the iMessage group chat, and that's everybody. Then we have the Snapchat. You know, not everybody is big on the Snap. You know, Grandpa Joe, I don't even think he has a Snapchat. So you know, that's a way for us. You know, we text in the group chat, and then the Snapchat one, you just kind of, you know, send what you got going on. You know, people send a video here and there. Or, you know what I'm saying? Just a way for us to continue to keep talking. You know, and stay close.
Well, Joe Ingles caught some strays from Cole the other night. Cole called him a sloppy build, called him a substitute teacher, right? I mean,
I think like grandpa is one thing, you know, that's not one thing you can escape. Yeah, that's age, but I would never say
right.
Joe, a sloppy build, you know what I'm saying? Dude. It's effective. It's grown man strength.
Yes, that's right. Grown man strength. But what has he added? You guys have always been a tight group. But let's be honest. I mean, Joe adds a different dynamic. That guy is always talking, and it's always constructive. He seems to have something. He seems to have the right thing to say to each one of you guys at the right time. What has it meant having him?
Oh, it's been dope. You know what I'm saying? It's cool to have, you know, all of us together, you know, kind of been here, you know, and we build our relationships. But to have Joe come in, you know, another guy who loves to crack jokes, you know, loves to have a good time, you know, is a great person, but also has seen so much in this league. You know what I'm saying? He's been around really good players who are playing right now. He's been around winning teams that have gone to the conference finals, to the finals, you know what I'm saying, and been in playoff series. So he's brought just that level of experience, you know, plus he's a great dude. So, you know, you're going to listen to him, and you know what he's saying comes from a great spot, you know what I'm saying? And like the Chicago game was dope. You know, they were coming back, you know, and he just kept it real, you know, like how many times are we going to keep doing this? You know, we're going to say we're going to be special, you know, we say we're going to do this and do that, but we keep tricking leads and throwing off games and not learning from what we're doing. Like, that can't keep happening. And I think like from that point on, a shift was made, and we've been playing great basketball. But the ability to come in and have a great vibe and a great spirit, you know, but also say what needs to be said and kind of be that voice of kind of like a wizard. You know what I'm saying? Just he has so much knowledge and all that.
I like it. Yes.
It's dope. And I think it's helpful for us.
I'm not going to be able to get that image out of my head now. I'm just going to see Joe with a big pointy hat.
Fantastic.
He would. If I was Joe
Giant
PR person, I would have some great Halloween costumes for him. I ain't gonna lie.
There's no question. There's a
That's
lot of material
unbelievable.
there.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Eastern Conference Player of the Week, Paolo Banchero. He's got a couple of game winners for you. I mean, this guy is just taking it to another level right now. I think 5 straight games of 20-plus points, 8-1 when he gets 20 in a game. What are you seeing from Paolo?
A killer. He's a killer.
Nice.
I tell him every game. I try to remind him during the game. I just kill, brother, kill. He's so smart and he has such great instincts. Plus, he's a force. You know what I'm saying? And when you combine all those things, man, he helps us roll. You know what I'm saying? And we're able to in tough times. We can throw it into Pete. Go get us one. Go get us to the line. You know what I'm saying? And so I think it's great. And he's continuing to grow. He's shooting them. Oh man. Was gonna cuss there. He's shooting the ball great right now.
Yeah, let it fly.
Just continuing to grow. And I think it's the story with all of us. Just continuing to grow, continuing to build, and it's leading to great things. But just he's taking a leap, another step, and he feels more confident and mature in everything he's doing. So I love it from P. I love playing with him. I love learning from him. I love talking to him, and our relationship is growing too, which has been dope.
Jalen, the in-season tournament is over for us. We're going to know here in about 24 hours after we tape this whether we're moving on to the knockout round. What was your take on the in-season tournament, the pool play, and the prospects of us getting to the knockout round and maybe going to Vegas?
I thought it was dope. Honestly, I'm a huge. I don't know too much of the consensus around it. I know it's people talking about the point differential and scoring at the end and all that. I think the only complaint I had was the new courts were slippery. We just got to break them out in the summertime.
Were they slippery?
Let some high school teams come play on. Maybe we'll go work out them a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of break them in. But other than that, it was dope. I think they've been very competitive. Guys are buying into really playing for it, playing for something. And it's at the beginning of the season where it's. Sometimes it's hard to get, juiced up for some of those games, you know what I'm saying? Knowing that, on a random Wednesday, when you have 65 more to go, you know what I'm saying? How do you find a way to give your all? And I think it's free motivation, you know what I'm saying? So I think it's been dope. Everyone's buying into it. I love how the fans have embraced it. I love everything they're doing around, how they're showing it all, marketing it. The courts, they look cool. I'm going to be honest. They look really cool. I'm a fan of the colored courts and all that.
Even the Chicago one, even all that red?
Even the Chicago one.
Okay.
NCAA football, I love playing at Boise State's field no matter who I was playing. So I'm kind of used to the colored field, of course, type.
I like it. Okay.
But yeah, I think it's dope. I'm excited to see, hopefully we get in there and have a chance to go play in Vegas and see what that looks like. But it's been exciting so far.
And there is a little bit of added incentive, or at least you're aware of the fact when the first one was played in Brooklyn that, hey, this is an in-season tournament game. Obviously, the court out there is going to remind you of it, but you're saying there was a little talk in the locker room like this is a little bit different than a random November game.
Oh yeah, especially after we lost that Brooklyn one, man. Is in the way that we lost it, it was okay, fellas. Either we're gonna take this serious, you know what I'm saying, and we're gonna we got to make up this gap, this margin that we just put ourselves back, or we're just gonna let it go and act like it doesn't matter. And I think everyone bought into the fact that what I'm saying, let's try and go win this one. What I'm saying? Let's make a statement early. And, it helps that, the regular season games as well, that record counts, those games count towards our record. So, add those two together. And I think, we all just kind of bought into the fact that we want to make a run at it. Why not? And it's led to good things, playing great basketball in those games. And again, hopefully we make it.
Well, Wendell Carter Jr. isn't even playing, and he's told us he's put pressure on you to get that $500K. He still wants his cut. So,
hey, I can't remember who said it. We brought it in the other day. It was before one of the games. Someone said 500 on 3.
Perfect.
For sure.
Oh, that's perfect. Hey, one last thing, Jalen, and then we'll let you get out of here. But we'd be remiss if we didn't ask you about Chet. I mean, the world is kind of finally getting to see. I know we saw a glimpse of him at Gonzaga. We're finally getting to see what he's about. We still know we got the best player in that draft with Paolo, but Chet seems special. And first of all, I can't imagine Minnehaha Academy ever losing a game. Did you guys ever lose a game together in high school? And if you did, how could that be?
Sadly, we did.
I
wish I could say no, but
not many though. You didn't lose many on way to 3 championships. That's for sure.
Not two. We won the ones that counted. You know what I'm saying? We always won the one that counted.
But how special is Chet, Jalen?
I love seeing him thrive, man, and he's a great person. Me and Chet have grown closer and closer each year of our lives. You know, since we met in third and fourth grade, and you know, just seeing him win, I think is dope. You know what I'm saying? We shared a lot of memories together, and I know who he is, not only as a person but as a basketball player. You know, and he's someone who has, you know, that unrelentless dog, and you know, he's been around us all his life, and you know, just continued to grow into that as you know, grew into his body, grew into his game, and continued to evolve his game. You know what I'm saying? He got more confidence in it, and you know, now it's flourishing, man. And like to see him go back and forth against Embiid, you know what I'm saying, and put up almost identical stats, you know, it's crazy, you know, just because we're two kids coming from, you know, St. Paul and Minneapolis, Minnesota, you know, just playing the game of basketball together, you know, memories of riding in vans to trips and grinding Clash of Clans together, just like little things, you know. So seeing your people win is always great, but his mentality, his skill set, man, the way he approaches his work in the game, I think are special. And, you know, just for him to be succeeding and thriving, you know, is something I love to see.
Oh, that's great. Well said. Listen, we're all behind you. We're so proud of you, Jalen. You're playing fit. We're going to work on this dog thing, this marketing thing, because you got something there, right? And you're the leader of it. But keep it up. This has been a lot of fun, and we can't wait to see where this goes. All right.
I appreciate y'all. Thank you.
All right, 500 on 3. Here we go.
500.
All right. That'll do it for this edition of Magic Pod Squad.
500. I don't even need to pay. Just give me 500.
That's right. All right, that'll do it for this edition of Magic Pod Squad.